Have you ever felt a tiny rush when your group quietly agrees who the problem person is? You read the messages and feel a strange relief because at least this time it is not you. You laugh along and you tell yourself it is just jokes. But a small part of you wonders how it would feel if one day you walked in and realized the joke had become you. This story is about that moment. It is about a woman who is slowly erased without a single slap or scream. It is about a team that uses quiet hate as glue. And it is about one man who finally stops hitting the like button on that hate. If you stay with me to the end, I promise you will see at least one version of yourself in this mess. You might not like which version it is, but you will recognize it. So let us start in the middle, where it hurts the most. There is a cheap birthday cake on a plastic plate in the office kitchen. Someone has bought supermarket cake with thick icing and too many colors. People are pretending to be happy. There is a paper card on the table with a big shiny balloon drawn on the front. Inside the card, there are signatures from everyone on the team. At least that is the idea. Maya walks in, still holding her phone after a client call. She is tired but trying to smile because everyone is watching her. She comes closer to the table and someone pushes the card toward her. She looks down and does not see her name. It takes half a second for her brain to notice. She knows her own handwriting. It is not there. Her hand twitches like she might reach for a pen, then she stops. She tells herself maybe they bought the card last minute. Maybe they forgot to ask her to sign. Maybe it is nothing. At the same time, in the pocket of one of her coworkers, a phone lights up with a group notification. The name of the chat is the Fun Team. Maya used to be in that chat. Now she is not. In that chat, someone has just typed that she is on her way to the kitchen. Someone else has replied that people should act normal. People like you and me are cutting slices of cake and making small talk while a woman slowly realizes she has been moved out of the frame. She laughs when someone makes a joke about getting older. Her laugh sounds normal. Inside, she feels that heavy, quiet feeling that comes when several small things finally line up. You know that feeling when your stomach realizes the truth before your mouth does. That is the moment when the story really starts for her. For everyone else, it started months earlier. To understand how she ended up standing over that card, we have to step back. Not to some dramatic childhood event, just to a regular Monday when everything still looked fine. On that Monday, Maya was the new star on the team. She was in her early 30s, smart, fast, and very tired of being poor. She had grown up in a family where money was always a problem and being useful was the only way to stay safe. At work, she solved problems before other people even saw them. She stayed late and cleaned up small mistakes and never took credit. The unofficial queen of the team was a woman called Erin. Erin was bright, funny, and had that kind of easy sarcasm that makes people feel cool when they stand near her. She knew who sat where, who liked who, and who was on thin ice. She did not have a job title for this, but everyone followed her lead anyway. Liam was the guy who wanted everyone to get along. He was younger than Erin and about the same age as Maya. He hated conflict more than he hated anything else. His secret dream was to get through a whole week with no tension, no drama, and no one angry at him. Erin needed control. Maya needed approval. Liam needed comfort. You can guess how this is going to go. When Maya first joined, Erin liked her. Having a high performer on the team made Erin look like a strong leader without her needing to do much. In the group chat, people sent little crown icons next to Maya's name, and Erin laughed and joined in. The fun team chat was where they shared memes about clients, complained about deadlines, and sent pictures from the bar. It was not official. It was where the real company lived. Maya was grateful to be in it because it meant she was not alone. She knew what it felt like to be on the outside. She had promised herself she would never go back there. For a while, everything was smooth. Maya fixed presentations at midnight, and Erin thanked her the next morning in the chat.
You saved us again. You are a legend.
We would be in flames without you.
Maya laughed at that, but she also stored it in her chest like a small medal. The more she saved them, the safer she felt. Then came the first crack, the kind that looks small until you zoom in. One Friday they were at a bar near the office. People were tired and a bit louder than usual. Someone complained about a deadline that had almost gone wrong. Maya said one honest line.
Sometimes it feels like some people coast and still get credit.
She did not say any names. She did not look at anyone. But Erin felt that sentence like a knife drawn very slowly near her. Erin laughed it off in the moment.
Wow, tell us how you really feel.
The group laughed and the tension slid away on the surface. Deep down, a seed began to grow. Erin started to watch Maya more closely. She noticed how often Maya spoke up in meetings. She noticed how clients listened to Maya and wrote her comments down. Each time that happened, Erin felt a small sting. Instead of saying she felt threatened, she told herself a different story. She decided Maya was negative. She decided Maya always thought she was right. She decided that she was only being honest. When she talked about this in the group chat, she used soft words.
Have you noticed how intense Maya's been lately? I love her, but the energy is a lot.
She added a laughing face so it did not look like a direct attack. The others followed the signal.
Yeah, she sent me a 3-page email about a process. I felt like I was back in school.
Everyone laughed. Even when you like someone, it is easy to join a joke like that. It makes you feel like you are part of something. That was the start of the rebranding. At first, the chat was still one group. Then a second one appeared. It was made one night when someone said they needed a place to talk about weekend plans without bothering everyone. That second chat did not include Maya. Erin named it Just Us. The moment you create a room without someone, you also create a story about why they are not in it. Inside that smaller chat, every move from Maya got new meaning. When she stayed late, they said she was trying to show off. When she corrected a small error, they said she loved making people look stupid. When she skipped a drink because she needed to catch a train, they said she thought she was too good for them.
She left again. She is really not a team player.
She is nice, but she makes me feel judged.
None of these lines are evil on their own. Put together, they slowly turn a person into an enemy. Maya felt that something was off. She noticed she was not invited to some hangouts. She saw pictures on social media of the team at a bar without her. When she asked about it, someone brushed it off.
It was super last minute. You did not miss anything.
She smiled and said it was fine. She went home and stared at her phone for a long time. This is the stage where many of us break our own hearts. We feel the knife and we tell ourselves it is just our imagination. It is safer to doubt ourselves than to admit we are being pushed out. Life went on. The team had a big client project coming up. It was the kind of project that could make or break reputations. Maya wrote a long, clear email about all the risks she could see. She listed things that could go wrong and offered simple fixes. She did it because that is how she felt safe. She believed that if she covered every angle, no one could blame her later. Erin read that email and felt her jaw tighten. To her, the email did not feel like help. It felt like judgment. She went straight to the Just Us chat.
Bought a novel from our favorite critic. Apparently we do everything wrong.
People reacted with laughing faces again.
I know she means well, but I feel exhausted just reading it.
In that small room on their screens, the group repeated a simple story over and over. Meyer is too much. Meyer is negative. Meyer is the problem. The more they repeated it, the more true it felt. Now we move to the day that Erin will later call the scream. There is a meeting with the client. Everyone is tired and a little nervous. The client asks about a timeline. Erin gives a confident answer. The answer ignores several of the risks Maya wrote about in her email. Maya feels her chest grab. She is watching the project walk toward a cliff. She tries to hold back for a second. Then she speaks.
I think we need to be honest about one delay risk there.
Her voice is firm and a little shaky. It is not loud. It is not a scream. The room goes silent anyway. Erin smiles at the client.
We can talk about the details after this call.
The client looks confused, but the meeting moves on. After the call, Erin goes straight to the chat again.
She actually yelled at me in front of the client. I felt unsafe.
Did Maya yell? No. Did it feel like yelling inside Erin? Yes. Feelings often edit reality. The others see Erin as the social center, so they trust her version more than their own mild memories.
That sounds rough. I am sorry you had to deal with that.
I am starting to think this is toxic.
Toxic is a nice word for when we do not want someone around but also do not want to feel like bullies. Little by little, the story changes. It is no longer that Meyer is intense. Now she is dangerous. Once someone is dangerous in a story, almost anything feels justified. Even erasing them. The next step happens in a quiet afternoon. Erin types a new message in the Just Us chat.
I do not feel good having her in this chat anymore. It is bad for my mental health.
There it is, the magic phrase. Mental health. It shuts down arguments before they even start. No one wants to be the person who says someone else should sacrifice their mental health.
If it is hurting you, we should do something.
Liam types something else first. For a second, he thinks about sending it.
Maybe we should talk to her before we do anything.
He stares at that sentence. He worries that if he sends it, people will think he is on Maya's side. He worries that people will stop trusting him. He does not worry about Maya. He deletes the sentence before he sends it. He types a different one.
Do what you need to so you can feel okay.
That is the real execution. Not the button they press later, but the moment he chooses comfort over courage. Someone finally asks the question out loud.
Should we remove her from the fun team chat?
There is a short pause. Then the replies come in.
If it makes you feel better, then yes.
I have muted her in real life already.
Erin hovers over the settings. She clicks remove from group. A small confirmation pop-up appears and asks if she is sure. She clicks yes. That is it. Years of experience and effort are gone from that room with one tap of a screen. They all feel lighter.
I can breathe again.
The vibe in here just improved.
Hate has a cheap high. It feels like relief and bonding and justice all at once. Now we rejoin Maya a short time later. She is at her desk when her phone buzzes. She sees a notification from one of her close friends in another part of the company.
Did they make a new chat? I do not see the fun team anymore.
Maya frowns and opens her messages. The fun team chat is gone from her list. That can happen if you leave a chat, or if someone pushes you out of it. She tries to convince herself she must have hit some wrong button. She searches the chat name. Nothing shows up. A heavy cold feeling settles under her ribs. She takes a breath and tells herself she is overreacting. She has a lot of work. She does not have time to break down over a chat. People who have been poor and scared often talk to themselves like that. Feelings are a luxury they did not grow up with. She goes to the kitchen for coffee. When she walks in, people are mid-conversation and laughing. The laughter stops a bit too fast. Erin turns and smiles with that bright work smile.
How's the client deck going?
It is a safe question. It is not a friendly one. Meyer answers with numbers and timelines and nothing about how she feels.
I'm on track.
She does not mention that she has just lost her seat in the real room. Days pass like this. Tiny cold moments stacked on top of each other. A meeting invite gets updated and her email is missing. Someone mentions a joke from a chat she does not see anymore. People talk around her instead of with her. She begins to wonder if she did something terrible without realizing it. She thinks back to that meeting where she corrected Erin. She replays it over and over in her mind. In the replay, her voice sounds louder and meaner each time. That is another way we hurt ourselves. We help our enemies edit our own memories against us. One evening, Liam is still at his desk when Maya passes by with her bag. It is late and most people have gone.
Long day.
Yeah, pretty long.
He feels something catch in his throat. He looks at her and sees not the monster from the chat, but a tired human being who has covered for him many times. He remembers one night when she stayed late to fix a mistake he made in a report. If she had not done that, he could have been in serious trouble. She never told anyone. In the chat, that night became another story. They said she was obsessed and had no life. Liam wants to say sorry. He wants to say he feels weird about what has happened. Instead, he says the safest thing he can think of.
Get some rest.
She smiles.
You too.
Two polite strangers go home and carry the weight of different secrets. The big project moves forward without her voice fully in it. Her suggestions stay buried in that long email that everyone quietly ignored. The client has concerns that no one prepared for. Deadlines slip. A small mistake turns into a big one. The team has to scramble to fix it and fails. The client is not amused. Senior management calls for a review. Everyone is nervous now because the story might not be theirs to control anymore. Inside the leftover group chat, people are already pre-writing their defense.
We did not have the right support.
The energy on the team has been bad for a while.
Energy is another soft word that hides sharp edges. In private one-to-ones, Aaron suggests that Maya has checked out.
She has been distant for months. We could not rely on her.
It is impressive how fast a group can recycle the person they pushed out into the reason they failed. It is cruel, but it is also efficient. Blaming someone who is already on the edge feels safe. Liam sits in his own one-to-one with their manager and feels sick. He knows Maya wrote about the risk that caused the failure. He knows she was shut out of key talks. He knows he joined the jokes. This is his turning point. It is not glamorous. No music plays. His hands just feel a little cold and his voice shakes.
From your view, what went wrong on this project?
The safe answer is simple. He could agree that the energy was bad and that people were not aligned. He could avoid names. He could keep his seat in the inner circle. He also knows that if he does that, he will have to live with the knowledge that he helped bury a person alive. He thinks about Maya reading that card without her name on it. He thinks about her staying late to fix his mistake. He thinks about that one deleted sentence about talking to her first. This time he does not delete the truth.
Maya warned us about this risk.
The room gets very quiet.
She sent a detailed email weeks before the deadline. We chose not to act on it.
His manager frowns.
Why?
We decided she was the problem, not the process. It is a simple sentence, but it lands like a slap. You can feel the entire story bend. The manager asks for the email and reads it. It is all there. Clear risks, clear fixes, clear timestamps. The official story and the real story no longer match. That gap is where consequences live. There is no dramatic courtroom scene. This is corporate life. Things move in emails and side meetings and polite phrases. HR schedules culture interviews. People are asked how they communicate. The group chat is never shown on a big screen, but its ghost is in every answer. Erin is not fired. She is still good at her job. But something shifts. People start to see her jokes in a new light. They notice the pattern of who she targets when she is stressed. They laugh a little less loudly at the meaner comments. Some of that easy power fades. The fun team chat stays alive, but it is quieter and not quite as fun. You cannot fully enjoy a room when you are afraid someone might one day quote it back at you. Meyer is called into a meeting with HR and her manager. They talk about culture and belonging and support. They use many soft words and avoid saying that she was pushed. She listens and nods and feels very tired. She has already begun applying for other jobs. When she resigns a few weeks later, the official email says they are sad to see her go. People sign a digital card with the usual lines.
Good luck in your next adventure.
You will do great things.
Erin writes a sentence that sounds generous.
You will be amazing wherever you go.
None of them mention the chat. None of them mention the card she never signed. Liam hesitates before adding his message. He does not want to act like they were close friends. He does not want to stay silent either.
You were right about more things than we admitted.
That is all he writes. It is not heroic. It is simple and honest. A few months later, they meet for coffee near the old office. Maya looks different. She is still tired, but in a different way. She has a new job where people listen to her a bit more.
I got your message.
She says that first.
Thank you for saying that.
Liam feels the old shame rise up.
I should have said something sooner.
Most people never say anything at all.
She stirs her drink and looks out the window.
It helped me believe I was not crazy.
She does not forgive him with some big speech. She does not owe him that. They talk for a while about work and rent and family. Then they go back to their separate lives. There is no big reunion. There is just a small piece of truth between them that did not exist before. Back at the old office, the team has moved on to new projects. There is a new person in Maya's old seat. The fun team chat has a few extra names now. The pattern is still there, but a little weaker. People think twice before they share the harshest jokes. Every time Aaron starts to push someone into the role of problem person, there is a little more friction. A couple of people, including Liam, answer more carefully.
Maybe we should talk to them before we decide, Beth.
It is not a revolution. It is not justice in the way movies promise. It is something smaller and more realistic. It is a slight drop in cruelty. It is one person deciding to be a little less of a coward next time. So what is the point of all this for you? I asked you at the start if you have ever enjoyed that little thrill when your group quietly agrees who the problem is. Maybe you saw yourself in Aaron, needing to stay at the center, even if it means twisting a story. Maybe you saw yourself in Maya, doing everything right, and still ending up outside the door with no explanation. Maybe you saw yourself in Liam, deleting the one honest sentence that could have changed the direction of the story. The uncomfortable truth is that most of us have been all three at different times. We have been the one who gets erased. We have been the one who holds the eraser. And we have been the one who stands by and watches, hoping no one notices our silence. We tell ourselves we are good people because we do not throw stones in public. We forget that removing someone from the room can hurt more than any loud insult. Hate in a group chat feels clean. There is no shouting. There is just scrolling and laughing and small words like energy and vibes. But the person at the center of it feels every hit. The moral here is not that you should love everyone. That is not human. The moral is much simpler. Before you join the next quiet pile on, ask yourself one hard question. Do I truly believe this story about this person? Or am I just afraid it might be my turn next? If you only hate someone when other people are watching, that is not moral judgment. That is hunger for safety. And safety built on someone else's exile is never as safe as it feels. You can lose at the moment the group gets bored and needs a new villain. So maybe the next time your phone lights up with a long thread tearing someone apart, you can try something different. You can be the one who asks if the person has actually been spoken to. You can be the one who does not send the laughing face. It will not make you a saint. It will just make you a little less of a participant in someone else's slow erasure. And that is already a big deal. Because most of the damage in this world is not done by open monsters. It is done by normal people who want to belong so badly that they will throw anyone under the bus as long as they can say it was for the vibe, or for mental health, or for the team. If this story stung a bit, that is good. It means some part of you is still awake. It means you still have a choice about the next story you help write. Thank you for staying with me all the way to the end of this story. I know it was not comfortable, but you stayed. If this hit something real in you, please tap like, subscribe to this channel, and leave a comment with your thoughts. It helps more than you might think. If you want to support Gold and Thorns in a more direct way, you can use the QR code near the bottom right of the video or the link in the description to send a donation. It keeps these stories going and lets us dig even deeper into the parts of life most people avoid. In the description, you will also find links to other stories from completely different series on this channel. They have their own worlds and wounds and lessons waiting for you. For now, take a breath, look at your own group chats with fresh eyes, and maybe decide who you do not want to be in the next story. Thank you again for listening, and I hope I will see you in the next episode.